Three. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Those Terrible Gamers. We've now got another cast here for you. I am Postage. I hope you all enjoyed the new overlay that I spent a couple of hours making over the past couple of days. So hopefully this will inspire me to do a bit more casting. So what we have here is a ZVZ from the finals of the GIGABYTE ESPORTS LAN. For those who didn't know, unfortunately it was on the same weekend as DreamHack, I believe. So it didn't get as much coverage as it probably deserved. So for those who don't know, it was a $11,000 tournament held in, I believe, somewhere in Southern California, with a $5,000 first prize, $2,500 for second, and $1,000 for third. And what we're seeing here is the grand final between MVP's.Monster and CheckSix's Sleep, which will be a ZVZ. So without further ado, let's have a look at what's happening already. So we've had the extractor trick go down for the Blue Zerg in CheckSix's Sleep as his Overlord pops now, and they both drone up to 13 as well. So recently, this kind of matchup's become a bit... it's hard to say with mirror matchups, but because of the Queen change, the like super early like Ling versus Ling micros become a bit easier to defend. So it'll be interesting to see how these players respond to that, because I think I believe this tournament was held a couple of weeks after the patch came out where Queen's range was extended, and it looks like Monster's actually going for a hatch first build here. And it looks like Sleep's going for a 14 hatch or so, and no, it might be a bit later than that. No, I thought 14 seems right, and he's going for a 16 gas as well. So nothing too aggressive. If he'd gone 14-14, that's probably going to be the quickest he could get speedlings out to try and like do some super hyper aggression against this kind of a build. But Monster, knowing the layout of this map and how it plays, is going to be relatively safe here with the spawning pool now coming down as well. And both players just pumping it out, and Sleep going straight into gas, so he'll be able to, as I was saying, hit that speed first and get those lings trying to do some damage on the map. And it looks like he's taking an expansion of his own. So in the earlier parts of this game, Monster's probably going to be on the back foot somewhat in relation to trying to catch up to the amount of lings that Sleep has, and then trying to catch up with the speed timing and whatnot. But it looks like he's going to be actually alright with this speed timing, because as soon as his pool pops, he's going to have enough gas and minerals if he wanted to throw down speed. But it'll be interesting to see if he wants... And there we go. So he's not actually going to be too far behind. He's going to have that extra Queen out faster, so he's going to have the extra income. So unfortunately for Sleep, this tends to be a bit more of a... Monster's in a bit more of a better position than this, having lings of his own and also the defender's advantage. So Sleep's just going to run around now and just have a look at what he can see inside the base of Monster. Sees that speed is on the way, much like his own. And I'm surprised it's actually quite that close. And there we go, that Queen popping out as I was saying as well. So Monster's going to be quite a bit ahead, at least at this stage of the game. Throwing down another Queen, so it looks like he's going to be using this for defense in case of any kind of super early Ling Bling attacks, and he'll just park those two up on the ramp just to stop those speedling run-bys and whatnot. Sleep pulling all of his workers and now starting to put some back into gas, so it looks like he might be trying to tech up eventually as well, throwing down a spine at the front of his natural expansion. So whilst we have a bit of a lull, and we've got 14 lings on the way from Monster as his speed's about to hit, so it looks like he's going to go on the on the front foot for a bit. So whilst we've got a bit of a lull, recently I haven't been putting as many videos up, and that's because of a very legitimate reason, guys. I've been doing a bit of casting for a clan that I'm now a part of, Clan QED. You can check us out on Twitter, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. So to try and improve my casting, I thought, why not get involved at the grassroots level and get more games and whatnot. So I thought I might as well do that. And as my luck would have it, the ACL Brisbane which is pretty much like the Australian version of MLG, came up recently, and I was lucky enough to be able to go down there and just guest cast for the first games or so. Luckily, I got to actually do Moonglade versus Forever Cynics, and I'm a bit of a Moonglade fan, so that was quite a cool moment for me. And there we go, as I said earlier, those queens being parked up on the ramp, and these are going to try to get any drone kills they can. It doesn't look like they have been able to, so unfortunately for Sleep, he's going to walk away empty-handed. And Monster's coming in with a couple of banelings on his own, so it's all going to come down to what these detonate on. Oh, and those lings nearly get picked off there. And it looks like he's going to try and get them on the spine crawler. Oh, 2 lings down for... Alright, so a fairly even trade there. Nice job by Sleep. Probably worked out a bit better for him. And it looks like Monster's going to try and poke around the second spot. But if you actually look at the Overlord placement for Sleep, he has really nice positioning and has pretty much a view of all the entrances to his base at the moment. But unfortunately that Overlord gets chased out, and it looks like this one might be eventually as well, as Monster goes up to his third base. So it looks like he's actually going to try and keep Sleep off his third for as long as possible. Oh, nearly got a huge hit off there with that Baneling. And this is what I talk about. And got an uneven trade there. So Monster's going to have to pull back in because the overwhelming amount of lings that Sleep has. Whoops, nearly zoomed in a bit there. Alright. So Sleep being able to also see that that third is gone down for Monster as well. He'll know that nothing super aggressive, well not super aggressive, but nothing game ending could possibly come unless he makes a critical mistake, as it looks like he's going in now to try and get a cancel. And also going to be seeing both players get that +1 missile attack, so it's going to be turning into the Roach style, with Monster a considerable amount ahead on his lair timing. So he'll be able to get that speed up faster. But, hang on, let's check this out. So it doesn't look like Sleep's actually built any roaches. And even though he's had that roach warrior for a while, so he might just be waiting for his lava injects to pop. And, oh, nice hit to those banelings there, and Sleep's going to have to run away and consolidate his losses there as Monster starts to pull out into a bit of a lead. Currently at just about 25 supply behind as the third base for Monster finishes up now, at the same time as Sleep's. So some banelings morphing over here now for Monster as well, so it looks like he's going to go and try and get the drone transfer if there is one. Or just to try and pick off as many lings as he can, and a run by over here gets stopped off by those roaches and those banelings as well. So still no roaches out for Sleep. This is going to be quite a problem for him. The first 5 on their way now, but it looks like he's going to lose his queen maybe. Bang, bang, bang. No kill on the queen yet, so he's going to need to make sure he does that. There we go, alright, and being able to absorb 2 baneling hits as long as he wails away on this hatch. And look, here comes the big attack now. Probably going to be marching right up the ramp into the mantle, as he's able to divert Sleep's force over here in the third base, and here it comes now. And will he be able to get up the ramp? That doesn't look like it. He's going to try and pull back and wait for baneling or roach support. And he's just trying to spread Sleep just a bit too thin at the moment. He does have the superior roach count, and his speed's going to pop marginally ahead of Sleep's. And, ooh, nearly got hit there. And as I said, it just comes down to that little micro battle. And those banelings going, ooh, kills off a little bit around that Sleep did have, so he can probably trade those two as well. And it looks like Monster's just got too much here, and that third hatch will probably be targeted down. Now, will it go down? That's the key question. So it's got 60 health left. Yep, and it will go down. There we go. So Monster now really pulling out a lead here, ahead in the roach count, ahead in the supply count, ahead in the base count, which is probably even more important in the ZVZ. So he looks like he's actually going to keep applying pressure to try and end the game as soon as he can. But alternatively, with all these bases, he can probably even start to take this fourth here, and then move on to the later stages of this game a bit ahead. And it looks like Sleep's going for some clutch infested here to try and bring himself back into it. Nice wall off with these buildings here, just to ensure that no run-bys can easily get to his drone. But look at this. So one squad of roaches there and the other there. So he's going to go for a split attack here to try and cancel this third again, and then to try and do as much damage in the main or natural as he can. As he splits up the units now, comes in here to take out this third. We go to cancel going down again, and he's just going to try and pull out and grab as much as he can. But the fungal grove is probably going to come down. Now he does will save that fungal in favour of getting higher energy. There we go, one fungal going down now, and Prof 2 is also going to be finishing up on his ranged attack. So the creep spread, something that I did realise whilst I was casting at that live event is that in ZVZ, at a lower level, I'm going to start doing this a lot, but only spreading your creep to do the bare minimum of things like connecting your bases. In ZVZ I used to spread it all around the place, but then I was lucky enough just to have a quick word with Moonglade between his games, and he kind of, I asked him what his thoughts were on it, and he says, "No, just let it do the bare minimum, because you never know, it could be an advantage, it could be a disadvantage to just take it slow and play it safe." Scary looking force here for Sleep if he can get some key fungals off here. Unfortunately his infestors don't have any energy to do that as of yet, but it should be coming up relatively soon, so he's probably just going to hold off this attack until such a thing happens. Ling's going to try and get some free hits on those infestors. But this third base has been up way too long, and you can see it reflects it very much so. Whoa, he's a full 30 ahead. 30 or so ahead in the harvest count, so that's why his income's so much better. And look, this spine crawler wall is also going to take a couple of these roach shots. And repositioning into the main bases, it looks like this is where Sleep wants to try and make an attempt, clearing up some creep tumors. And all the concaves are just a bit too great there for a monster. And it looks like Sleep's actually going to try to clear up some of this creep as well while taking down these destructible rocks. Something that monster did not do in his own base. Both plays with burrowing, and I'm not sure if either player actually has burrowed movement. It doesn't look like it, no. So both plays coming now, the fungal war and the concave. The concave is slightly better for Sleep, but unfortunately the reinforcing roaches there from monster come in and push this game into the ending stages. Alright guys, so we'll be jumping into game 2 in the next video. Let me know whose games you want to see. If you've got replays, email them to us at the email address down here, and we'll cast them. We'll definitely cast them as soon as we can. And see you guys next time.